Welcome back to the CI/CD tutorial. What you see here is a browser on the left side of my screen and a terminal on the other side. I won't use terminal, but to be consistent among my videos, I will keep it that way. In this video, we talk about YML, which stands for yet another markup language. Yes, the YML is a markup language generally used by applications that need a configuration file and has actually become a widely used format for data serialization, like similar to the JSON format. And YML is preferred because it's a human readable language. And what you should know about the content of YML, let's talk about tabs and spaces. So we strongly suggest you use spaces. You can choose to use one or more spaces, but you will find out that many people prefer to use two spaces as indentation while using YML file. We can distinguish some object starting from basic objects such as colors. They are just key value pairs, as you can see. So you can identify key value pair by having this column here, and you should notice also that there is a space after column, and this can be the value can be a number, can be float, can be as well as a boolean. You can also use string. There are different way of using string. You can use single quote or double quote. You can just write down the string. So there are many formats supported by YML. So other objects, we can have also more complex objects such as list. As you can see, Jedi, you have a list of Jedis, and you will identify a list by the dash. You can also notice the space afterwards. You can as well have dictionaries, as you can see here. I could put name and home planet. You can put some definitions here. Alternatively, this may be interesting when you have a long list, and then you can use the JSON style format. As you might know that the YML is a subset of JSON. You can use for list, like you can see here in this example. You can do the same thing for the dictionary. Another thing that I would like to discuss is multi-line strings. And this is useful when you have like a long code block and they want to format in a compact way. You can use the string to be readable. There is a link provided here which illustrates nicely this feature of YML with a demo, as you can see here. So let's say you are writing down your YML. You can see here you have your key column, and you would like to write down some text. Let's say you can use this block style indicator, as you can see here. If you want, you can use this angle bracket. Uh, if you want to separate each line, the lines by space. Let's see this example here. So you have this is a line, this is another line, this is another line, and you can see the result. They are separated by space. But maybe you want to separate and make each line uh, at the beginning. Let's say if you want to keep new line, you can use vertical bar, and then you will see that you have now new lines everywhere. There are also many things you can do here in this demo. You can also try out how to add or not add new line at the end. You can use minus sign when you don't want new line at the end, or you can also use plus sign if you want all new lines from the end. Let's go back to our tutorial page. So there is also what we call nested, which is also complex object, as you can see. So these requests may look like a list, and you see that the first uh, element is just string, but you can see that the second item is a dictionary. As you can see here, you are defining some UR and a method, and you can see that you have many possibility in using YML. The last thing I would like to discuss is YML supports also comments. You just start by hashtag here, you can see here, and then what's after is considered to be a comment. And so this is quite what you will need in the following lessons, but still you can find that there exist other features of YML that I didn't cover in this video. What I did is just to provide you with the necessary information that you will need to go through this tutorial. And see you in the next video.